According to the Hindus and the Hindu tradition, creativity is a very mysterious process and very difficult to understand, almost unknowable. And we say that even the gods don't know how creation came into being. The Nasadiya Sukta of the Rigveda, which is called also the hymn of creation, describes how the world was as it was being created, the moment before it was created. And it ends on this very powerful note saying, even the gods don't know how this creation came into being. The essence of that statement is really this, that creativity are mysterious processes. But that said, something more can be said about creativity, particularly when it comes to the arts or things beautiful. We feel that creativity must stem from a bedrock of tradition. I'm talking about the Hindu tradition only. That you must be completely entrenched, knowledgeable about the whole tradition if you want to create something. In other words, you should be established in prakriti or matter or materiality. That is the given universe. That prakriti holds within it what is called the collective unconscious of the people. For the Hindus, we don't talk about the subconscious, the individual subconscious. There is no individual as far as the Hindus are concerned. We're all together, as it were. We're all interconnected. So the collective unconscious flows like a stream, if you like, in prakriti. And we take our stand on that. From that comes that creative moment for an artist, say, or a person. And again, that is very hard to pinpoint, very hard to define. But one image that speaks about creativity in the Hindu tradition is that of the Sheshashayi Vishnu, Vishnu lying on a bed of snakes. Vishnu, who is the upholder and sustainer of the universe, sustains the universe, but at the end of one eon of creation and before the second eon of creation, rests, lies down, goes to sleep on a bed of snakes. That is the cosmic snake. And what does that cosmic snake rest on? It rests on the cosmic ocean. And what is that ocean? That ocean is that collective unconscious of the tradition, which has all the ratnas in it, all ideas, all concepts, all forms reside in that samudra, the ocean. So Vishnu rests on that. Lakshmi tends his feet and puts him to sleep. In other words, prakriti, the function of prakriti is over. Prakriti is telling Vishnu, Lakshmi is telling Vishnu, my work is over. You now have to sleep and rest. Vishnu rests, sleeps, but with his eyes open. It's called Yoga Nidra. Sleeps with his eyes open. And what happens then in that one moment? A beautiful lotus emerges from Vishnu's navel. And on the lotus is sitting Brahma. So what does all this mean? It means that for that creative moment, not only do you have to be fully immersed in prakriti, which Vishnu was with Lakshmi at his feet, but you have to put your mind to rest. A very active mind, a very intellectual mind, a very inquiring mind, a very doubting mind will not be able to create anything. Beautiful creation only arises when your active mind is put to rest. It is only then you are able to access that very silent, serene, quiet mind of yours. It is from that mind that creation arises. And that creative moment arises unexpectedly. You can't plan for it, you can't program it. It arises completely out of the blue, as it were. And something very beautiful arises at that moment. And that becomes creation. And therefore, this image of ours, which is very popular in the Hindu tradition, is a perfect paradigm of human creativity. And again, a lot of examples can be given to back this up. We say that when a Hindu artist creates something, makes an image, makes a murti, an icon, a sculpture, he undertakes a fast for the previous few days. He takes a sacred bath in the morning, a ritual bath to cleanse himself. And only then does he begin his actual work. So in other words, that work is sacred for him, of creating something out of stone. And he's totally rested. He's made himself pure in whatever way he can. And only then does he commence his work. What does it show? The act of creativity is sacred. That act of creation is sacred. You just don't start creating in the middle of the day somewhere suddenly because you wanted to create. It's a ritual process. There's a certain ritual about creation.